All right, welcome back to Building Dad Bod 2.0. We're on to week 4 of rebuilding my pull-ups, trying to get more explosive. So today, 6 sets of 2 with 15 pounds on McGills. Finished up the last session with 10 sets of 2 at 10 pounds. And then a set of body weight here. So this time last year, it was right before I injured my forearm. I was doing doubles at just over 70 pounds and just starting to do singles at 80 pounds. I felt a pop in my forearm. I managed to get myself back up to 70-pound pull-ups this year, but the speed was horrible. It just felt like I was floundering, and it was time for a full-on rebuild. Watch sometimes in sports, teams try doing the retool on the fly, end up signing overpriced free agents and having cap issues and setting themselves back by several years instead of just making the right decision, cutting all the dead weight, bringing in the young guys and sort of rebuilding from the bottom up. Well, that's what I've got to do now. Speed's getting better. Pull-ups form's getting better. It's getting more comfortable week by week, so I'm moving in the right direction. Here we're doing seal rows, so 205 pounds. First time ever doing seal rows over 200 pounds. So just a couple sets of 3, then we're going to drop to 195, then 165. In between, I did sets of seated dumbbell presses, just 50 pounds, nothing heavy, getting like 15, 16 reps per set. Since I hurt my shoulder, I stopped doing any kind of overhead pressing and any real kind of front delt work. And I feel like it's coming back to haunt me a little bit. My work capacity is going down. Last week doing bench, my shoulders they felt fatigued, and so I decided what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go crazy with shoulder overhead stuff in terms of weight, but I'm just going to go 50, 60 pounds and rebuild that work capacity. We'll just keep pushing the reps up on that for a while. So here's my second set at 195 on seal rows. Goal right now will be, I want to get up to 225 pounds on seal rows. Obviously, I'm nowhere near there yet, but we're just going to keep working towards it. So for me, what I'm doing is just doing low rep sets heavier, and then working down to 165 and then repping it out at 165. Talked about this before, but I like doing 2 variations. So here you can see I'm basically pulling right to my waist, real arcing motion, keeping my elbows in tight to my body. These ones I find really light up my lats, like all the way down my lat. I can feel it. And then what I do is after that, I do some higher rows. So kind of like if it flipped me over, it would be the same sort of position as I'd be doing a bench press. These hit straight across the upper back. You get some rear delts in there and really work those muscles that of the upper back that help to stabilize on bench press. Can't go wrong. Upper back. I love working upper back. You can't go wrong building a strong upper back. It builds a solid base for kind of any upper back movements. Obviously beneficial on things like locking out a deadlift as well. Staying tight on squats. All that stuff. The stronger your upper back is, the easier all that stuff becomes. Then on to doing just some cable accessories. So did a couple sets seated low rows, and then as soon as I'm done the low rows, I go back into doing some higher rows with the cables. Not doing much in the way of pull-ups, pull-downs today. Just did the McGills. Thursday night we'll hit more vertical pulling. Normally I like to do some kind of pull-down variation if I'm doing McGills. There's just such little volume with McGills because you're trying to be explosive on them. You just want to do low rep sets and make every rep count, be as explosive as possible. But started the workout late, was getting close to midnight here by the time I'm finishing up. So just didn't have it in me to, I like to be in bed by midnight at the latest. So got inside, had my post-workout meal, got right to bed. Next week I gotta get being a little bit more efficient, but life of a dad, right? You're running around getting stuff done. Doesn't always work out. At the end of the day, I just try to find the best balance I can. Enjoy time with the family. Enjoy the workouts. Do my best to crush some goals. That's it for the video. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.